What were your initial takeaways kind of from the game?
Look, Rohan, have we ever felt, or when have we ever thought that the 49ers could put up 30 plus Samuels not be playing in that game? I never in a million years dreamed that that was capable of or possible of happening, but it can happen when you have a guy like CMC. Takeaway was CMC, a triple threat, being able to throw for a touchdown, catch a touchdown. I mean, that is insane to have that kind of ability. And then he came out and said, I left some on the table. Like, he said he had more out there that he. My biggest takeaway, obviously, number one is CMC. Number two is Brandon Ayuk. Another very, 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 very solid game. He's making the most of his targets. He's putting together a season where he's on pace to get something like 80,000 yards, close to 8 or 9 touchdowns. Like, he's putting together a very, very good season. Much hoopla and praise, you know what I mean? Like, he's kind of, under the radar guys like obviously CMC, Debo, Kittle, but Ayuk is once again being very, able to, make some big plays when plays needed to be made. So I was actually at the game. That was on the
Oh, you
field.
were.
I was
Yeah.
actually off the field. There's no such thing as Rams fans. No such thing. Like, they looked like they were away, and the amount of red that was there, amount of 49ers, a poster that I tweeted, that there's an actual post fan was saying, Rams fans were wearing 49er jerseys because just to like kind of make up for the fact that it was all red in there. They funneled they can't be louder than the 49er fans in there. It's truly Levi's South. It was a 49er game at Levi's at SoFi. I've never been to one at Levi's. Like, I was at Levi's South. Like, there's I didn't see any Rams fans there. It was pretty funny.
That's the biggest takeaway of it all. No Rams fans. I mean, we've seen the pictures about how it's like I saw the ticker picture that Steph posted where it's a sea of red and then it says this is the Rams house. It was freaking hilarious. But overall, I mean, like you said, the 49ers have been this was an important win, and this was a dominant win at that, 31-14. And I think this was really the cleanest in terms of execution that we've seen in a half for the 49ers. That second half was really, really important because the 49ers have not played well in the second half. They've always played well off scripted drives, have fallen off in terms of execution after that. That wasn't the case. The 49ers didn't need their defense to win this game, although they were pretty good for the majority of the game. Instead, their offense was able to conjure up 31 points while the defense didn't force a turnover. So it was really 31 full offensive points and a strong second half in which execution was there on all three fronts: offensive line, quarterback, and the skill position players. So it's an important thing. The only question is, can the 49ers be consistent? Because they have not been consistent in a single 2-game stretch this year. They're only 4-4, and now they face off against the Chargers coming off a bye week. They're going to get healthy players, which means that margin of, or really the margin for excuses is going to decrease because you're going to have your best players out there. Can they be consistent, and can they continue to execute when those top guys are on the field? Because if not, then the 49ers are going to have to look at themselves in the mirror and understand that this could be a longer season than they anticipated.
Yeah, and to answer your question, be consistent. I think the schedule plays in their favor. Do that. So I think as far as strength of schedule, they have the fourth easiest schedule any team in the league. And if you look at some fun facts, some stats that I looked up, Niners have put up 27 plus points 3 times this season. 2 of them they put up those points again were bottom 10 as far as defenses, points bottom 10 as far as defenses that were allowing. So they're defenses that are allowing the most points out of the 9 games that they're going to play in the second half of the season are also when it comes to points allowed. So this team seems to maximize that are weaker, and they are going up against in 7 of their 9 games they're going to be going offenses. So they have a great opportunity with the strength of schedule that they plus CMC being a new addition to that offense. It looks like repeat kind of from what they did last season and go on a really strong run this season.
Yeah, I think that could be the case. And in a way, if it does, it's a pattern, right? The 49ers, obviously, with a strong second half last year, 7-2 before the playoff run, they have the momentum going into this game.